All right. Hey, guys. Welcome. My name is Colin Wilcox with Extraordinary Concepts. I didn't even realize I hit record, but I did. So, anyway, I'm with you. My name is Colin Wilcox, like I was saying, with Extraordinary Concepts. And I am a restaurant coach, restaurant innovator. I apply AI, which is applying innovation. I've been doing this for well over 40 plus years. And, today, I'm going to be doing a series, and it's sad to say that I have a lot of this content. I could probably do this forever, and I don't necessarily want to. So, this series is called Cause of Death, So, restaurants are closing. I get probably see at least 10 a week closing. And I think it's valuable for us to kind of sort of see why it's closing and kind of have our own comments, our own opinions to why they're closing. Um, Everybody that gets into the restaurant business doesn't get into the restaurant business to say, hey, I'm going to do it for 5 years and I'm going to close, or I'm going to do it for 10 years and then close. They really have a passion to get into it, and when they're into it, they're excited about doing it and excited about continuing it. And unfortunately, depending on some of the decisions they made, it ends, and it's just a devastating thing. It really is, because of all the people that you meet, all the friends and families you create, the community you create, and then to have to shut the doors is a devastating stage in any business. But the restaurant hospitality business is like you're under a microscope. All right, so I'm powered by AE, which is authentic expression. I don't edit. Hopefully, you don't leave me. I think I'm going to have some valuable information for us to kind of sort of discuss on why the Red Feather Kitchen closed. My observation is they seem to have done everything right, and but they didn't. Whatever. We'll get into why they ended up closing. So, without further ado, we're going to see. I got ums and stuff, and I got coffee. I got all these things, and this is just who I am. You like that branding move? See Extraordinary Concepts on the coffee cup? I did. I planned that. Oh, I'm going to sit back and we're going to just talk. Okay, we're not going to. So, I don't know if any of you guys pull up Google Maps, but this thing, man, this is a valuable tool. So, we're going to be diving into some Google Maps. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to just start talking about the Red Feather Kitchen, okay? I hope you can still hear me. I got this little button right here. I can pop myself up in the corner. So here we are, So we've got permanently closed right here. Permanently closed. I hope none of you have to experience this, and you have a very, very big future. And maybe someday you sell your restaurant for a lot of money, or you're running it with other people working it, and you're in the Bahamas somewhere. But this guy's got 4.5 stars, which is decent, with 632 reviews. I typically look for, you got to have at least 500 reviews, period, before I even consider thinking about where you're at. And then anything below 4.5 is just needs a lot of help. So they're at 4.5, and so they're a good restaurant, not great, but they're, I guess good. We all want to be better than good. We want to be better than 5 stars. So that's not it. So anyway, here we are. Well, this is the Red Feather Kitchen. So what I like to do when I see a space or I want to try to take it is I kind of just drag this little cursor over here. I go over here, like, okay, so we get the Mad Tree Brewery. That's a 4.6 stars with 2,000 reviews. So they're already way better, better than them. We got right here, we've got, the Baba Indian Restaurant with 4.2 stars, 732 reviews. So you're just kind of bouncing around, sort of seeing what's going on. We get, as far as competition goes, and then sort of see where we're at. This place right here, that's a chocolate place. And so you just kind of sort of just floating around and sort of seeing what's going on as far as the competition. This guy right here is at a 4.4 with 1,000 reviews. So let's go check it out. Let's go check out the Red Feather Kitchen. Let's just click on and go inside. So, pretty inside. I watched this video. I don't know if I'm going to give you guys some pain on it. Oh, actually, it's coming up pretty good. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really kind of not that clear, but they spent some good money on doing their videos, and I highly recommend anybody doing videos. I think they have this on their website and so on, but I don't know if it's me, my computer, but the video is so-so. Anyway, we'll click on that. So this is what consumers are doing. They're going on their phone, they're going into Google Maps, they're clicking through the thing, and you got to have a good digital presence, period. So they look like they do great presentations, good food, small little space. It looks like it probably holds, I don't know, 70 maybe, I'm a big stickler on small spaces. I really, I'm like, if you can't fill a small space, then I don't know. You shouldn't be in the restaurant business, I'm used to, doing 250, 500 to 1,000 people. And if you have that kind of attitude, say, I'm going to fill 1,000-person restaurant, then I hope at least you get 50. So anyway, I'm not going to waste your time on these food, but you'll see. So they have beautiful food, beautiful presentation. It's really looks like high-end stuff. I like this little detail here, how they do, they're little branded on their cutting boards, good detail. You always want to pay attention to the detail. So I don't know if you guys saw anything there that would make you think that they should close, but I didn't necessarily think so. So let's go and see what they, let's go see their website. So here's their website. You click on it and right into the video. So the video looks pretty engaging. I personally think all videos, all websites, as soon as you click on it, should have some kind of video. Everybody's watching videos, everybody. They're not looking at pictures anymore. They want to see action and movement. They did a really nice job with this video. It's very, very well done. So then you're panning down, and these things pop up, catering. So the website is really engaging. A lot of stuff going on. Food looks fabulous. Pictures look fabulous. We'll get into that picture right there in a little bit. Okay, so so they closed. I would kind of recommend all these things that they've done on this menu, our menu, drinks. So let's go on their menu. I even like this, how they have beautiful pictures of their actual menu items, so that, people eat with their eyes for sure. So these are all nice things. Pretty pricey, that's for sure. $42 for, salmon. This one really got me. This bad boy right here, a cowboy ribeye. I don't care if it's President, Trump's ribeye, $470. I mean, $147 it's a lot of money. I'm sure that it's probably dry aged and so on. But anyway, I don't see anything here. You can go to their social media platforms without any issues. Or click on Instagram. Instagram, they look like they post. They've got 629 posts. They got 3,619 followers. Again, all these things are very, very necessary. They don't have a couple likes there, 8 likes, 9 likes, so they're not getting a lot of likes. Here's the menu gave them 87, 25. I don't get this whole thing. They posted pieces all the way together, make puzzles, and I don't think anybody else cared about it either. 1 like, 2 likes, 1 like. So this is very important. I think Instagram is probably one of the most popular places to post on, and it's important to do Instagram and Facebook. And I'll do another video on what kind of results you actually get from it. But the most important result is to stay on top of mind. The people that are actually looking at Instagram and Facebook, they're not buying right now. They're just kind of scrolling through and being entertained. So your videos need to be entertaining. You need to be the show, not the commercial, as they say. So don't try to sell stuff, and you got to get away from pictures. Everybody does pictures of food. I can see, if I didn't see the title, every post would look the exact same. Everybody has the same photos. Everybody, just take away the name, and I don't know if you're the guy down the street or if you're wherever your restaurant. So video, authentic, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, back to what these guys are doing. It seems like they're working hard social media wise on that. Let's see their Facebook. We'll get into this. This is just this is them saying goodbye, and I really hope you never have to be into this position where you're actually writing basically your obituary on why you're closing, that you're closing, and so on, and giving thanks to customers, giving thanks to staff. I had to do it, during the pandemic. I lost some restaurants, and it's just, I still sometimes haven't recovered from it. You just, you're with your staff all the time. They become family. You're with customers all the time. They become family, and it's really, um, it's heart wrenching that, excuse me, that you have to do these things. So don't get yourself in this position. That's why we're talking about it. Um, One of my biggest things that I did when I was younger is that I learned for 8 years. I worked for a company and learned what not to do, and I think that was extremely valuable. And I think that you guys, anybody, needs to sort of kind of that's what sort of this whole exercise is, to learn what not to do. They are doing a lot of things that you should do, and hopefully we can find the reason why they closed right there, permanently closed. But it's important to look at these videos, to comment on these videos, and to sort of think about it. You got, everything is changing with AI, with cost of staff, with robots that are coming, all kinds of crazy stuff is coming. So it's important that you can sort of build a space that you can sort of adjust and be flexible and move. And we'll talk about this space, and I think that might have been one of their issues that I noticed. So again, um, let's fly over to this spot and let's kind of take a quick look at them. We already looked at the inside. It looked pretty. We looked at the menu. It looked pretty. So here's this street. I could say to you guys, I'm not sure. I mean, I'd love you to have comments. I'd love you to even be listening right now. Hopefully you are. But right here, it's important. If you're even going to buy a location, look at a location, you just pull this back, man. Pull it as far back as you can and see what the hell's going on. Check stuff out. Check out, population. See how many houses are going. See who's in the houses. Seeing what kind of competition's around. If you buy a restaurant, just fly by night and say, "Oh, I'm so good that they're just going to come to me," then shame on you. You're going to be, which a lot of people do. It's just a terrible, terrible thing. So, and excuse me, I'm not looking at the camera. I got to kind of look at the screen, but I'm doing my best, So anyway, I don't want to be rude, and I'm definitely not rude, but so anyway, I can see right off the top of this, right at the bat, is that there's only parking. There's only a very little bit of parking. I don't even know if this is their parking, but they get off, they get street parking. This is somebody else's parking. Now, people would say, oh, they can just park there. I'm open only at nights and stuff. You don't know what that landlord is saying. So I'm like, excuse me. You don't know if they're going to say, hey, you can't park there. So don't assume. There's even parking across the street. There's a parking. It's not your parking lot. So they, don't assume that they're going to park there. They probably will, and they're trying to find ways to get to you. But you need every asset you possibly can get. You don't need anything that's going to make it harder for you, because the industry is hard enough. So that's a big issue I see. No parking. Another issue, and I'm not sure if you guys can see that, and this has happened since COVID and the pandemic, is there's no outdoor seating. Everybody wants to be outdoors nowadays. It's almost like a mandatory if you have it. But right here, let's just go down the street a little bit. Oh, what do we got here? We got the Mad Tree Brewery. Okay, so it looks like the Mad Tree Brewery's got some stuff going on. They've got all the parking needed. They've got big spaces. They got an event space. They've got outdoor seating here. They've got a lot of great things. Let's you want to click into Mad Tree, take a quick browse in there. So you can this is just what you can do. You just go around and just sort of say. You can even see what kind of clientele they have just by looking at it. You know, Mixed families, younger people, so on. It's just Google Maps is just really a way to just kind of creep into somebody's space and sort of see what's going on, because people, restaurants and stuff need to tell people what's going on. And this is what the consumer is doing. They're getting on their phone, they're going in here, and they're doing what we're doing right now, seeing what's up. So you need to be the best at that. Let's go back to where we were, Red Feather. So that's competition right down the street. Now let's fly a little further down the street and see what's going on, right? Let's go this way. So lost my location. Where are we? Just hit this little search, brings you back to where you are. And another thing that I was observing is that they're here, and I think I'll show you later in a quick slideshow. They're there. That's there. There's a long street here, and they come down here. Where are we? I think I already lost it. Yeah, and this is a place called. This is Oakley Square. So Oakley Square, this is sort of where right here, Oakley Square. This is another place that's happening. Okay, what do they got? They got outdoor seating. They got things. They got plenty of parking. They got parking here. So don't be so excited to just take a deal because it's a good deal and you want to get into a place. Now let's do a little drive. Let's drive down the street. I do this a lot too. It's very important. You can sort of see the buildings are run down or all. You just kind of driving, like driving. I don't see it yet. I don't see the restaurant. You're kind of looking around. Nothing. I don't want to get you guys dizzy. Nothing. Oh, I went into a parking lot. Anyway, so you just sort of want to, I lost my place again. If you ever lose your place, you just kind of hit this search thing, and it'll bring you right back to where you want to go. But I'm going to show you something that, I don't know if you guys will make it obvious, but there it is. There's there is the Red Feather kitchen. So what do you see? Do you see anything? All right, so we'll discuss about what I see as a big problem in a second. So that's our Google search, and I don't know if you guys have any questions. I can't really hear you, but I'd love you guys to leave some comments. Maybe you can like me. Maybe you can subscribe to me. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this cause of death often. Right now, by the look of things, if I was to just make a guess right now, I would guess by the look of things is they don't have an outdoor patio, they don't have parking, and they're very expensive. So that could be it. That could be the major reason why they don't have it. Other things, let me just sort of express to you about that. And chef-owned businesses, you chefs out there listening, I love you. I think you all work hard. I think you're brilliant artists. But let's not get an ego here. Some of the reviews that I read was basically, this is the chef and this is how I make things, and you take it the way I make it. We can't do that these days because they won't take it the way you make it. They'll leave and go down to Mad Tree Brewery or the other Oakley Pub, bar and grill. And that's their prerogative, and then it's yours too. But if you want to stay in business, you got to be flexible. You got to be, give the customers what they want, what they need. Chefs open places, and his food looks spectacular. It looked beautiful. I bet you it tastes fabulous. But he's kind of locking himself in with that situation because I'm not going to go out Tuesday night or Monday night to do that. I may go on a special occasion. So he's just really kind of pigeonhole himself to a high end, really wealthier clientele. I'm not sure what the demographics are in this area, but that's where he sort of kind of pigeonhole himself into, and that could be a big problem. There's no flexibility there. You couldn't do brunch. You can't. I don't know. It's really dangerous. So anyway, let's see. Let's pull up some stuff here. So this tile here. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Let's see. Let me try that one more time. Yeah. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we can go this way. So let's knock on the digital door. I just want to explain this to everybody that's listening. This is a digital door. It is so real, and people don't realize how powerful this thing is. Before they go into the restaurant, the statistics are 90% of the population will go through this door before they actually go through your door. They will actually sit in front of your restaurant, and before they go into your restaurant, they will open their phone and look at what's going on, and take a look at it and having a digital experience. They want a digital hospitality experience. If that doesn't pass, they will not go into your restaurant, whether they're sitting in front of it or not. That is really, really important to know. So what happened here? Did I hit that too? What's going on? Okay. Sorry, power of AE. So let's see. Let's knock on the digital door. Okay, please avoid this. That's mean. Permanently closed. Please do everything you can to avoid that. Making sure you buy right, making sure you lease right, making sure you own the building if you can. Cost, but also a very a big benefit that I had that made me successful all my career was I built things with flexibility. So I never had it so it's like this is it. This is what I'm doing, and if you like it, you do. If you don't like it, you don't. I would always be able to adjust with the times, adjust with the people, adjust with the competition, and so on. So make sure you're doing all those kind of things. So they're at a 4.5 star rating, like we talked before, with anything over 500 views with 4 stars, I would consider a good restaurant. But they closed. So why did they close? So when I was looking over their reviews, their top 10 reviews brought them down to a 4.1 rating. So the top, so they weren't doing too well at the end. There was complaints of, the food quality wasn't good and so on. Also inconsistency on the openings. This is a big problem I see out there. Is that people are closing. They're closing because it's just slow. I'm like, I don't know. You think anybody's going to come in? Nah, let's just close. So they close up, wrap it up. Customer comes to the door. They pull on the door. The door's locked. I'm like, what's going on? Like, when are you guys open? Are you open? You're not opening? Whatever. Please don't do that. We serve the people. If you have to go down to one staff and one cook, do that. Or really make sure that the customers know that that's when you're open. But there's way too many times where people, the restaurants are just closing whenever they feel they need to close. And I got it. I got there's labor issues. I got all that stuff. But you don't build business by closing. You build business by staying open, by being consistent, being loyal, and developing a loyal clientele. So here's their 1 star reviews, which was talking about, they're not open, they're inconsistent, and so on. But everybody's got 1 star reviews. Don't need to dwell on that. I mean, and I want to applaud this person. I'm not thinking this person's a failure at all. I think he just did I guess I'll wait to the end to tell you what I feel as far as their cause of death. But anyway, here's the things that we were talking about. I'll get to that. I'm supposed to have these like cliffhangers or whatever. I don't want you to click off. Anyway. So, great area. That's where the population is. That was the activity. But they're not in that. They're further up. This is them up here. So that seemed to be an issue. Competition. So their competition had outdoor seating. They had plenty of parking. They were very affordable, and they are where the action is. Okay, so this is also what's their market, So the Red Feather Kitchen closed, $147 steak. Oakley Pub, $10.95 burger, packed. Can you make money on a $10.95 burger? Sometimes, but you do it in volume, and they have volume, so they're busy. They can do it in liquor, they can do it in things, but they're still open and they're busy, and hopefully they're making good money. The other place is closed. They're not making any money. They're closed, and it's a different animal when you go to that fine dining. People would say, "Well, they're really not my competition." Yes, they are your competition. Everybody that actually eats food, that has money in their pocket, that can drink beverages, they're your competition. Yes, Subway is your competition. They went to Subway. They didn't go to you. They are competitions. Think like that. It's a doggy dog world out there. You got to be ready and you got to be working it all the time, all the time. Don't rest. Don't rest. Okay, down the street, Mad Tree Brewery, outdoor seatings, plenty of parking, very affordable. Where the action is, they're just basically a compound. They've got all kinds of stuff. They got money flowing in from all different angles. It seems like they got good investments, and they seem to be doing very well. But who knows? Excuse me. It can be deceiving. They could have a lot of loans and so on. Sometimes you have a really busy restaurant, they have to close just because financially they didn't make it. So we went over this again: outdoor dining, parking, events, and the Red Feather competition. So you, being part of the competition, you have no outdoor seating. You only have meter parking. You're very expensive, and you aren't where the action is. It's supposed to say not where the action is. Oh, where the action is not. Okay, there you go. So just saying those things, it could be the determining factor. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. You could just take a bad review and somebody just, rapping on that you're just, racist or whatever. It's really easy to lose business than it is to gain business. Okay, do you see what this is? What does that look like? It looks like a pub. It is a pub, and it's your competition. They actually look like a pub, which is very important to actually look like a restaurant and look like a pub. What is this place? I don't know. Do you see anything on that place that says restaurant? No. There's a feather on a in a circle. That's what it is. There's no name. There's nothing on the windows. There's nothing determined what that is. I think it was a boutique store that sells, some paraphernalia for Native Americans or something like that. So who knows? It's clothing. I don't know. It looks like a fancy clothing store, but it definitely doesn't look like a restaurant. Why? Why would you do that? So that sometimes goes to the ego. I like it, branding wise. I think that would be a wonderful hat, shirt, all that kind of stuff. But you got to really already know all about you, and it's not the Nike logo. People know Nike. They don't know Red Feather. So please don't make those mistakes. That's a mistake, big mistake. You can drive by this because it's not necessarily, and people do. They'll just drive right by. They're not paying attention. They're actually probably watching YouTube, hopefully this video, while they're driving. Anyway, so big mistake. Like I was saying, nothing says restaurant, look at that thing. There's nothing even on the windows that says restaurant or we're open. Big thing I love to do, and people, laugh at me for it, but sometimes I just stick balloons outside, and people are like, ooh, wow, what's that? What's going on? That's right. I got your attention. And like I said before, we don't want to have you write these things. I don't want you to have to think about it. And it's just, it's really sad when you read them. It's talking about how, 11 years they were in the business. 11 years, I mean, restaurants, they say 80% close within the 5 years and so on. So, hey, they beat that. But that's not what you do. You're typically trying to sign a 20-year lease. You want to make at least 20 years, Restaurants that I had were 35 plus years, going strong. They died when they were packed. Thank you, COVID. Anyway, we pray for this family and all of all the workers that have created so many wonderful memories for others. It is these people that bring joy to this world, and I really mean that. Amen. Us hospitality people, it's our job to bring joy to this world. And unfortunately, patrons and stuff like that, they really sort of don't see how important our job is, and they, sometimes crap all over us. But that is our job, and we actually really love to do it. Extraordinary Concepts, my logo is people jumping for joy, and they're coming together. So, please, I really, if anything, if you read, see this video, my goal with these videos is not to knock anybody. I'd rather not talk about it at all. But it's so important that we try to figure out why we're closing and to be able to, move in different directions to make sure we stay open and make sure we're serving the people and bringing joy to this world. That's our mission. So thanks, Chef Brad Bernstein, for all those you have served. We wish you well. So there's Brad. Give him a round of applause, Brad. He gave 11 years of his time, and he worked his ass off. I'm sure he was thinking every day, and also worrying every day, worrying about his staff, worrying about pandemic, worrying about serving the customers, worrying about a bad review, all the things that we have to worry about when we're in the hospitality business. So my hat's off to him, and anybody that has to close their restaurant. It's really a devastating thing to do. So. Please, make sure we're paying attention, making sure we're learning, watching videos and learning. Don't be, I see way too many egos when I walk into a restaurant and say, hey, my name's Colin, and, I'd love to serve you. And they're like, what do you need? What do you know? I'm like, I know that you got crap on your parking lot. I know that you don't have any hostess. I know you haven't sat me. I know that, you don't do social media. I know that your food sucks. That's what I know, I mean, it's just really everybody. We got to really work hard to serve the people and to bring joy into this world. Okay, so here it is. After the autopsy, the cause of death, we had decreased sales. Yes, they lost decreased sales, I think, because at the bottom, like, is it the wrong market? I mean, the wrong market for that concept. They just had high-end stuff, and they didn't have any way to kind of pivot with their concept. And it seems like the chef might not have wanted to pivot with his food. I mean, he was really passionate about it, and when he came in, and it was just fabulous, and so on. But that's it. It's like I'm going to go there once a year. You can't do business on once a year. Rising costs, yes, definitely rising costs on all things. I'm sure in high end it's even worse because, products they're bringing in high end product. So people are pretty tight. Pandemic impact. So the pandemic is over, but all the things aren't over. People are staying in more often. They're ordering from DoorDash. They're doing things like that. So the pandemic is not really over. It's really challenging for the mindset, the way people are going out and what they're expecting, and so on. Changing customer base. So like it's just his area is probably, the rich people might be holding on to their money a little more and getting ready to weather the storm. Limited profitable hours. So this is a big one. Right now I think the statistic is 12 hours a week is like peak hours for the restaurant industry. Only 12 hours a week. Can you imagine that? So that means like Friday, Saturday, maybe a little Thursday, maybe a little Sunday, but essentially those are your peak hours, 12. So you have 12 hours a week to actually do great business. And my thing is to take those 12 hours and start to work outward a little bit, make it 14, 16, 18 hours, that kind of thing, instead of really pushing a lot of effort into one day. Push effort into the hours and kind of branch out from wherever you're successful. And especially fine dining, people only going out, a Friday, Saturday night on a date night or whatever. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, most of them are closed. They'll open at 4 o'clock. They'll go from 4 to 9, 4 to 8, and but you're still paying rent 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What kind of business model is that? Not a good one. So the industry-wide challenges, we all know about that. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You got to, you get into it. You got to be ready for it, and the best way to do that is to be able to be flexible and move around. So my cause of death would be wrong market for that concept. I think he did a great job, like I said, working as hard as he could. It looked like he did a spectacular job on the food. And on the food, the beverage, he really looked like he put a lot of heart into it. I like the details that he was paying attention to, how he branded just even the cutting boards, glassware, all the things. So he looked like a great operator, and it's just unfortunate that he had to get into that situation. So please, I'm going to be doing these every once in a while. Cause of death, they'll all be different. There'll all be different reasons. I'd love to hear why you think that place closed. Give me your comments down below. I'd like you to, like and subscribe. We're talking about a lot of different things, but cause of death is definitely going to be a series that we go into, and they're all going to be different. All going to be different reasons. And the best lessons you can get out of it is not to do the things that we see. All right. Well, thank you very much. Again, my name is Colin Wilcox with Extraordinary Concepts. I am your creative coach. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks.